Hello everyone. So previously we have discussed about multiplexing technique there. Okay. So in multiplexing technique, what happens is multiplexing, it combines the signals from several sources to achieve the bandwidth efficiency. There what was happening was the available bandwidth of the link, whatever was there, it was divided between various these sources. Okay, but the next technique which we are going to discuss is nothing but the spread spectrum. So this is the different technique only. Okay, so in spread spectrum, what happens is we are combining the signals from different sources here to fit into a larger bandwidth. As comparative to the multiplexing technique, in spread spectrum, what happens is whatever the bandwidth is there, so we are expanding that bandwidth so that it can accommodate a more number of signals here. Okay, that is nothing but the spread spectrum technique. So this spread spectrum technique, it is designed to be used in wireless communication. It is mostly used in wireless communications only, or wireless applications. So in wireless applications, what happens is all the stations makes use of air as the medium for the communication. Means wireless means it makes use of air only as the medium of communication. So all the stations, they must be able to share this medium, air medium, without any intervention or interception by the eavesdropper, and without being subject to jamming from the malicious intruder. Means no one should interfere that signals which is traveling in the air. So that is the main goal here. So to achieve these kinds of goals, we make use of spread spectrum here, which expands the original bandwidth into some extension. Okay, so that is the main goal of the spread spectrum technique here. Suppose if the required bandwidth for each station is B, see here. So in this diagram we can say that this is the original bandwidth which is of length B here. If the required bandwidth for each station is B, the spread spectrum, it expands this bandwidth. So this is nothing but the spreading process technique which is achieved by this spread spectrum. So this expands it to new bandwidth which we name it as BSS, bandwidth which is available after spread spectrum. Usually the bandwidth which is comes out after the spreading process, it is always greater than the original bandwidth here. Okay, so this technique is called as spread spectrum technique. So this spread spectrum techniques, it achieves usually its goals through two of the principles. So the first principle is nothing but the bandwidth allocated to each station, it needs to be larger than what is needed here. Means it should be larger than the original bandwidth. Okay, and second technique is the expanding of the original bandwidth B to the bandwidth BSS. It must be done by a process that is independent of the original signal. Okay, so this expansion of the original bandwidth to the new bandwidth, that is BSS, it should be done using this spreading process. So these are the two principles which are involved in the spread spectrum process. So here we can see that this spreading process, it takes or makes use of the spreading code here. So what exactly is this spreading code? This spreading code is nothing but it is a series of numbers that look like a random only, that look like random numbers, but they are not actually the random numbers, but they are nothing but the patterns. Okay, they look like a random numbers but are actually a patterns here. Okay, so this is nothing but the brief introduction about the spread spectrum techniques. So in this spread spectrum techniques, we have got two different techniques which expands the bandwidth to a newer bandwidth. So one technique is frequency hopping spread spectrum, and second one is direct sequence spread spectrum. So I will be dealing each technique in a different videos. Okay.